everybody, and welcome to Storm Reads. And today I'm doing like a giant book haul. So grab you something to drink and just sit back and check everything out. I'm not going to talk about them much because I don't want this to be like super long. But yesterday or I guess I should say, in case I don't know when I'm going to put this up, but Friday I went shopping at the used bookstore. Then we went to a little flea market that was right next to it. And so these are all the books that I got from that adventure. The first ones I got here that I'm going to talk about are the ones that I bought inside the bookstore. And these were, I got these for $11. They were 25% off of all the books that they were doing. So that's why I wanted to go up there so I could see if I could find anything cool. I ended up with a couple of cozies, of course. And so I got 2 Murder, She Wrote ones because I have not actually read any of the Murder, She Wrote, but I'm a big fan of the movie or the TV show, and so I'm like, I should try some of these. So, but I haven't tried them yet. And I do have a couple of others on my shelf, so I just thought, you know, I'll go ahead and get a couple more, and next year I'm going to read me some Murder, She Wrote. I have the first book in this series that I haven't tried yet. And I just thought, you know, I might as well just go ahead and pick up a couple more. I really like these, like, retro-looking covers. And this is Ed McBain. And it's the 87th Precinct Mysteries. The first one is Cop Hater, and I have that one over on my shelf. And I think the second one is The Mugger, and the third one is The Pusher. But don't they just look really cool? I think they're cool. I do know that I want to read more classics, and this is one of the classics that's on my list, and so I just went ahead and grabbed it, and that's The Three Musketeers by Alexandre Dumas. And I know I've liked the movies that I've seen of it, so I'm kind of curious to see what the book version will be. And another series that I'm wanting to try next year is I think he's called Lucas Davenport series by John Sanford. I don't know why I call him Stanford, but Sanford. And so this is the second book. I have the first book, and this is the second book called Shadow Prey. And so I'm excited to give this series a try. And so those are the books that I got on the inside. And these next section of books are books that I got on the book buffet. And I've talked about the book buffet before. But all I did was give them a $1 donation, because they just ask for you to give a donation, and it doesn't have to be, it could be $1, $2, whatever you want. But since I bought some on the inside, I just went ahead and gave them $1. And then I went outside to the book buffet, where they keep all, like, the books that they don't really care what, you know, you can take a bag, and you can just fill that bag up with as many books as you want, as long as you make a donation. So it's just kind of like that. So I found some kind of cool books. Or at least what I think cool. If I clean them up a little bit, because like they are on the outside, so they kind of feel kind of weird on the outsides. But I have Nora Roberts, The Perfect Neighbor. And I thought this was cool because this is a silhouette. It's from the McGregor series, and so this is like back when she was doing category romance. And I got a couple of those because I thought that they were pretty cool. And here's an Intimate Moments silhouette, and it's by the Stars of Mithra, and this one's called Captive Stars. And then I have a special edition from Silhouette, and this one is Cordina's Crown Jewel by Nora Roberts. Oh, and I just realized just now that I have another book in the Stars of Mithra series, and this one was called Secret Stars. The other one before was called Captive Stars, so that's cool. And that's all the Nora Roberts, and then I just got some other silhouettes. This is Intimate Moments, and it's looks like Kavanaugh Justice, The Crime and Passion by Maria Ferrara. I probably pronounced that horribly wrong, but there's that. Then I have another Intimate Moments for Silhouette called Special Report. And it says 3 original stories of romance, suspense, and more. So there's must be some novelists from Marilyn Lovelace, Maggie Price, and Deborah Cohen. That. Then I have just some silhouette romance, and it's The Prince's Tutor by Nicole Burnham. And then I have Thunder in the Night by Donna Clayton. It's another silhouette romance. And then I found a Debbie Macomber book. It's called Between Friends. It's got this stupid sticker on it, so I was having a hard time reading it, but there we go. I like Debbie Macomber, and she's got a lot of books that I haven't read yet, so I thought I'd go ahead and pick this up. This is one of those you can tell they got it where, I hate it, where they like rip the back. I don't know why they do that. It's aggravating, but anyway, it's still readable. And then another series, book in a series that I'm wanting to try next year is the Alex Delaware series by Jonathan Kellerman. And so I got this one. It's called Compulsion. I mean, it was just out there for a donation, so I couldn't resist. Okay. So then I went to the flea market that was like next door. I was going to go to the Restore like I normally do, and we went in there and they took out all their book stuff. They're not doing the books anymore, which was very saddening to me. But there was like this little flea market next door, and you could get like this full bag was I think $7.50, and then there was a half bag for $4. And here, let me show you what the bag looks like here. Yeah, it's like huge. And they're romance books, and I think these people must have went into the Restore and got some of those books that they had in there, because some of these are like the vintage Harlequins that I remember from whenever I would go into the Restore. But a lot of these I have no clue about. I haven't really looked in here very much, so you're just going to find out what's in here with me. And so now you know why I am going through these rather quickly. But so this one's called, these are a lot of like old school. There's a Love's Golden Promise by Lynette Vinite. I love me some historical romance. We got Danielle Steele's Fine Things. Then we have The Carousel by Belva Plain. And if anybody has ever read any of these books, please let me know what you thought about them. This one is Love Once in Passing by Joanne Simmons. It's messed up there on the front a little bit, but still perfectly readable. Then we have Savage Rogue by Michaelin Perry. And what's that one? And we have Outlaw Heart by Catherine Palmer. Looks like it's going to be a step bag, but it's not really anything. So that was kind of, I thought maybe I was getting a cool deal with a step bag, but tricked me. And we have The Bargain by Frances Ray. And The Young Man's Darling by Lee Schofield. And Late for the Wedding by Amanda Quick. Now, I've heard of this author, but I've not read this author. So, that's all I know about that one. And here is probably my big find, I think, out of this so far. And that's To Sir Philip with Love by Julianne Quinn. And it's this step back. And I looked this up, and it's like, it says Avon First Printing. And so, yeah, so this is like one of the first ones. I know it's one of the Bridgertons, which I've not read, but I do know it's very popular. And it's in pretty good condition. It's got a little bit of wrinkles here, but overall it's in pretty decent condition. And here is a Regency romance. It's a Fawcett Crest. It's like a category romance of some sort, it looks like. The Primrose Path by Barbara Metzger. Probably butchered that. Then we have Blessings in Disguise. It's 3 women will find love where they least expect it. So it's got 3 different authors with 3 stories. Diana Palmer, Lenora Worth, and Lee Lowe. It's got a pretty cover. And then we have The Mckenzies, and this is Flint, so it must be part of a series by Ann Lee. Looks like a western-y type romance, maybe. Then we have Knights of Passion by Patricia Pelican. Oh, I'm probably pronounced that wrong, but there we go. And here's another one with 3 books in it. And it's called Wed Under Western Skies by Carolyn Davison, Cheryl St. John, and Jenna Kiernan. And we have The Sherbrooke Twins, first time in print, by Catherine Coulter, and this one has a step back, so that's cool. And here's another one by Catherine Coulter called Evening Star. And then one by Dorothy, almost dropped it, Dorothy Garlock, After the Parade. Looks like a sailor coming home, so it must be kind of after a World War. It's a novel of the dynamic years after World War II. Okay, there we go. And got 7 Brides by Leah Greenwood, and this is Iris, so it must be part of a series. There we go. Yep, and we got another Mckenzies. This is Jared, so I think I ran into a Mckenzie already once, so here we go. Ann Lee's The Mckenzies, Jared. And then The Welshman's Bride by Margaret Moore. This is a historical, it's a Harlequin historical. So. Oh, somebody must have really liked this author. Got Catherine Coulter's Moonspun Magic. I like this cover, it's pretty. And we have Kansas Kiss by Christine Dorsey. Oh, and another Mckenzie. We've got Luke. Now, maybe we have the whole series in here. That would be kind of cool. And so here we go. Mckenzie's Luke by Ann Lee. Or it's Anna Lee. I think I've been saying it wrong. Anna Lee. I've got Twice Blessed by Lee Bristol. Oh, it's pretty and shiny. And then I have, if you can hear the squirrels in our ceiling, I'm sorry, but they're about to drive me crazy. We've tried, I don't know, everything to get rid of them. And so I have Harlequin Historical, and this is Kimberly Cats the Gazebo. It's a thick one too. And then Linda, I don't know how you say that, Leo Miller. This is Mckenzies of Texas, Tate, so that's a series. I've heard of this author, but I've not read this author. So like I said, if you've read any of these, please let me know. We are almost to the end of the full bag, then I have the half bag to go. And I have A Woman of Passion by Virginia Henley. It's got a pretty cover. Gonna run out of space to put these. And Almost Heaven by Judith McNaught. Got Stormfire by Carol Finch. And Kid Calhoun by Joan Johnston. It's kind of a cool cover. That's all of those. I think this other bag over here has a lot more of like category romance and things. So we have The Rangers in the Heel by Lucy Walker. And it looks like a category romance of some sort, but I'm not quite exactly sure who it's from. It says Beagle Books. I have no idea. But there's that. And then here we have some of the vintage category romances. The Master of Saramaka by Mary Wibley. I probably butchered the pronunciation of that. This is number 1775 of the regular Harlequin romance. That's what I'm trying to say. And here's another one, and it's called Yours with Love by Mary Rochelle, and it's number 2379. And then got a couple of Cheryl Woods books. They're the Chesapeake Shores novels. One of them looks like a mouse got to it a little bit there. This one's called Driftwood Cottage. And then I have The Inn at Eagle Point. And this one's got the big old rip in the back. That's kind of a bummer. But you never know what you're getting whenever you just buy a bag full of stuff. Oh, I got another Amanda Quick book. It's called Otherwise Engaged. And then I have a Zebra Shout Fresh New Romance. So it's a Zebra contemporary romance, category romance looking kind. It's called Under Your Skin by Shannon Schroeder. Maybe that's how you say that. I'm not sure. Then I have a Love Swept novel, number 390, and that's from Kay Hooper. Once Upon a Time, What Dreams May Come. And then a Harlequin Presents novel by Sally Wentworth called King of Culla. It's number 462. Sure, a lot of these are probably from like the 80s, 90s, and maybe early 2000s. I'm not sure. We have The Coltons, Family Privilege Power. The Trophy Wife by Sandra Stephan. And I think it's a Harlequin, maybe. Oh, it's a silhouette. It's a silhouette novel. Gonna have to get bifocals whether I want it or not. Okay, so this is a Harlequin historical, and it's called Raven's Vow. It's by Gail Wilson. And I have Heart of the West And it's a series by Susan Wiggs, and this is Husband for Hire. And I don't know who that, oh, it's Harlequin. Okay. That just didn't look like the Harlequin symbol, but I guess maybe it is. There you go. We have a Harlequin American romance, and it's called The Overnight Groom by Elizabeth Sinclair. This is number 787. I have another Harlequin Presents, and it's by Abby Green, called Francesca's Fury. And it's number 3301. This one's a little bit newer. It looks new. 2015, so it's a little bit newer than a lot of these other ones. Got Montana Maverick by Linda Turner, and this is Nighthawk's Child. It says Return to Big Sky Country. There's that. Cute little baby. And I have another Harlequin American romance. It's The Cowboy Hires a Wife by Jenna McKnight, and it says 1-800-HUSBAND. I like a good cowboy romance. 605. Okay. And here's another Harlequin romance. It's The Gift of Love by Margaret Chapman. And it's number 2125. Then we have a silhouette romance called Babies and Bachelors USA. And this one is from Kansas. And it's called Fugitive Farther by Carla Cassidy. And got quite a few Janet Daly books in this haul here, which is really cool. This one is For Bitter or Worse. Why Wasn't Love Enough? America's favorite author. Janet Daly. Let's see when this one came out. So this one originally came out in 1979, but this edition, I believe, is from 1990. And here's a Harlequin Presents by Janet Daly called The Home Place, and it's number 159. That's cool. Then I have another Harlequin Presents by Janet Daly called The Bride of the Delta Queen, and it's number 284. I have a Harlequin Special Edition, Once Upon a Matchmaker by Maria Ferrara, and this is part of the Matchmaking Mamas series. I know that author's name come up before because I couldn't pronounce it, so I've got another one by that one somewhere. And this one is a pocket romance. Let's see. From 1982, but it's a Janet Daly's Foxfire, and it says here on the cover, now a film from Rambling Productions. So evidently there is a film of this one running around somewhere. Then I have Harlequin Presents Rachel Lindsay's Forgotten Marriage. It's number 228. And I have Harlequin Romance Silent Heart by Ellis. And that is a really big number on there. It says it's number 51,473. Seems like an awfully large number for an old book like this. That's weird. I wonder if they messed up or something. There's that. See, it's like a super long number. And I have a Harlequin romance called Recipe for Love by K. Clifford. And oh, the crease is on there, so I can't tell. I think it's 2912 on that one. Last pile. We're almost done. And then I have Harlequin Romance, Strange Recompense by Catherine Arley. It's a limited vintage edition. This one was first published in March of 1960. And so this is a reprint. Let's see. Okay, so the second printing. This is printed in 1980, but the story is from 1960, so that's like really cool. And it even says it's a limited vintage edition, number 511. Then I have Harlequin Super Romance called 14 Valentine Place by Pamela Bauer. And this one's number 1035. I have another super romance called Family Fortune by Roz Denny Fox, and this is part of the Lion Legacy. It's number 859. And this says it's a Harlequin Petite, and it says it's number 2. And I don't think I've ever heard of Harlequin Petite, so this might be an interesting one. It's called Air Ticket by Susan Barry. So that's kind of an interesting find. And it's in pretty good condition. Let's see when it came out. Okay, so it says it was published in 1981. But like, see, I think it was originally published in 1974. But this was come out in 1981. But that's cool. It's just a different cover for a Harlequin. And super thin. I have 3 more Janet Daly books. This is Harlequin Presents number 296, Strange Bedfellows by Janet Daly. And Harlequin Presents The Widow and the Wastrel by Janet Daly. And it's number 211. I don't remember if I said that. And then another Harlequin Presents by Janet Daly called Wild and Wonderful. And it's number 1416. So quite a few Janet Dalys in this haul, which is like really cool. I really love coming across category romances by like really renowned authors nowadays. It's like really cool. And that is everything. I have absolutely no clue how many there are here. Let me see. There was 62 books in the bags that I got. Yeah, like I had no clue how many are. So that's a pretty good deal, I think. And then I got 19 books from the used bookstore. So yeah, it's a pretty big haul. So that's why I didn't really go over these too much, because I didn't want this to be like a massively long video. But I hope you enjoyed at least looking at what I have. And now I have really got to step up my game and start figuring out where I'm going to put all these books, because I have so many books on the floor. I think this is the year that I've gotten the most books ever, because I've really gotten back into like wanting to collect these old school romances for some reason. I think watching the romance tubers did it to me. It's their fault, because I used to love reading that stuff whenever I was younger, and my mom liked to read that stuff, so it's kind of nostalgic. And so now I just need to find a place for a lot of these and get to reading them. Goal for 2022, read books off of my own shelves. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.